Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Poyer in the guidance office. We wanted to give you another video to watch about understanding your second semester schedule at FA. We are making some changes for next semester. So if you listen to this and also read the information sheet that is going to be mailed home with your schedules and is also posted on the FA website, hopefully that will answer a lot of questions that you have. The delivery of instruction is going to be changing for both in-person and remote students. So please listen carefully to this. If you have any other questions after watching, don't hesitate to reach out to your counselor. So for all students, the spring semester is going to start on February 1st. All the classes that you have been in up until this point will be finished, and you will start with your new courses on February 1st. Classes will be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday for 75-minute periods. This is a change from what we have been doing first semester when your face-to-face time with the teacher was for 2 hours once a week. You will be seeing your teacher 4 days a week for 75 minutes. Wednesday is still a remote learning and a deep clean day. No students will report to the building on Wednesdays. And students are expected to attend every class. So I know it may seem like it's been a long time since you have had that much face-to-face time with your teacher since really last spring, but you will be having classes for 75 minutes Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're also changing up the period structure. There's now going to be 4 class periods per day, and the bell schedule you can see listed below. Remote students and in-person students will have courses together. Many of you are used to this now. You might be an in-person student, but there could be virtual students online, and you're taking the same class with your classmates, whether you're physically present in a classroom or you're a remote student. There are a couple courses that have been able to be totally separated and to have just virtual students or only in person, but many of them are going to be mixed for second semester. The bell schedule is listed below. So like I said, we have 4 periods. Our start time is going to be 9:45. Similar to what it is right now. So 75-minute periods with lunch in between. And we now have a 4th period class as well. And the end time is going to be at 3:27. So I'm going to show you an example of an in-person student schedule and what that looks like. So this is a student who is a senior. So this is just his second semester classes, which are listed, and this is what is going to be delivered to you in the mail. So when you see this style looks really similar to how we have always done schedules in the past. So if you're an upperclassman, you're really used to looking at it in this format. So under semester, you can see this as second or spring, and the courses that we have, where your room is and what period it is. So this student would have first period film with Miss O'Connell. He's an in-person student, so he would be going to her classroom Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. When he's done with that, he would go to lunch, and then he would have PE on Mondays and Thursdays. On the opposite days in period 2A, when he's not in PE, he would have study hall twice a week. He's going to have that in the auditorium. Third period is statistics, 4 days a week with Mrs. Lewis. 4th period is economics and government for college credit with Mrs. Bellows, again, 4 days a week. This is exactly what your schedule will look like when it's mailed home to you. We're going to check off if you're an in-person or remote student. If that does not look right to you, and if it's opposite of what it should be, please contact your school counselor immediately so we can make the appropriate changes in School Tool to know if we should expect you in person or not. The bell schedule, again, is listed right here. And if we write in any special notes, there are some unique circumstances for students, mainly our BOCES students, and just explaining things to you, but we'll handwrite those notes on your schedules that are mailed home to you. So this, again, is an in-person example of a student's schedule. The next example I'm going to show you is a fully virtual student. This person is a ninth grader. So this person, band and chorus will remain the same as it has been throughout the first semester. So if you're a band and chorus student, there's no changes in how that's going to be delivered. Just continue on with that. The same thing goes for virtual PE. Virtual PE will remain on Wednesdays. You'll stay with the same teacher that you've had at the same times. The times are told to you in your Google Classroom when you accept that invitation. So if you've been a remote student for a while, you'll just continue in that same section at the same time that you have been. So this student, even though she is a remote student, you'll notice a change. Not all of her classes say virtual in front of it, and that's supposed to be that way. So when you get this in the mail and it doesn't say virtual Spanish, virtual global studies, virtual English, that's fine. It's supposed to say that. We know that you're a remote student. It's just that the title has changed because there will be people who are physically present in class and also are remote learners at home. So again, we check off this person is a remote student and bell schedule. And if I had any special notes, I'd write it right there. So that's what it looks like moving forward. Again, for these classes, they're going to be meeting 4 days a week. So if you're a remote student or an in-person student, you're going to attend class Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at your scheduled time. So knowing these times, if you're a remote student, is very important because you're not going to have the bells to remind you that it's time to move on to class. You're expected to log in at these times to attend your classes, and attendance will be taken. One of the big changes is we're changing out how we're doing the cohorting of students. So for the first week, grades 9 and 10, if you're an in-person student, if you've selected that to be your choice of how you want your instruction delivered, you'll be physically coming to the building. During that same week, even if you are a remote student in 11th and if you're a remote student, you'll be staying at home this whole time. So this really only applies to in-person students. If you are an 11th or 12th grader during that first week, you will be staying home. You'll still follow the same schedule that you have. You'll be expected to log into your classes for those 4 days at the appropriate time. You just will not be physically present in the building. Your schedule will not change at all for the semester, whether it's your week to be in person or not. This information is also going to be mailed home to you with your schedules on a separate sheet and posted on the website for you to refer back to look at these dates again. So an easy way to think about it is, every other week, if you're an in-person student, you're coming into the building. Grades 9 and 10 come together. Grades 11 and 12 come together. So 11 and 12 are the even weeks. 9, 10 are the odd weeks. Again, the big thing to remember with this, if you are an in-person student, is even on the week that you're not physically at FA, your schedule remains the same and you're still expected to log into your classes via Google Meet during your regular scheduled time. So it's very important to know the bell schedule, even when you're not physically present with us, because you'll be expected to attend class at that time. So that's the basic gist of it. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact your counselor. We're hoping to get this information out early to you so that any concerns that you have or questions that you might have about this new type of schedule, we can answer before February 1st when we start second semester. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Give us a call, 483-7807. Extension 4 is a guidance office, or you can email your counselor as well. Thank you. Have a great day.